Hey guys, Grimsy42 here, back with the crazy Craigslist streak that I had been going on recently, which I hope continues because it was pretty awesome. And this one is going to step up a bar from the previous one. It was just like a GameCube and some minor stuff. This one is something that's a little more up my alley specifically, and it was an NES bundle. It was a guy who said he had an NES and some games and stuff, so let's jump right into it. The first thing was the system, and it's in decent condition. I mean, it's scratched up a little bit, but it looks to be solid. It definitely could use a cleaning, so I'm definitely going to clean it up, and I'm probably going to replace the pin connector on it. I know you can kind of do what's called pin connector soup, where you take the original pin connector out and you actually will manually bend up all the pins and then go ahead and boil it in water, and that's supposed to kind of remove all the gunk off of it, and then you'll have your original pin connector. But I personally just like to throw a new one in if I'm gonna trade or sell the system, because it'll work a lot better, it'll be a lot more reliable. So that's usually the road I go. It's just easier, and I could get it done a lot faster, and you can get a pin connector for like $5-6. So it's usually a good thing to do to restore these old guys back to their original working condition. The next thing is I'll start getting into the games. The first one is Dr. Mario in a Nintendo sleeve. Next is Tetris. Next is a couple boxed games, so I was definitely happy to grab these. I'm always on the lookout for boxed NES games. They're pretty hard to find, and these are in pretty good shape. First one is Ice Hockey. Unfortunately, that one did not have a manual, but you can find manuals for games like that for like $1, so I'm not too worried. The next one is Shadowgate, which looks like a pretty decent game, and it does have the manual inside, so I was happy to grab this one. This is definitely not, like I said, a super rare game, but complete games are pretty hard to find at this point in this decent of condition, so I was happy to grab that. Okay, next is something I was super happy to see. There was a box that has 2 NES controllers in it. So, I love seeing old things like this, these boxes. It's really cool because you don't see too many of these. And the great news and the bad news at the same time, when I opened it, I realized there was only one controller. However, all of the original paperwork that came with it was still in here. So it's a poster and a flyer to subscribe to Nintendo Power. But the cool thing is the one controller that was in there has never been used. It's still got the original's twist tie and the original bag on it. So I mean, if you see, it's still got that brilliant finish to it and everything's shiny. I mean, this thing has literally never even been plugged in. It's still very tight and stiff. So this will definitely be staying in the collection. This is definitely going to be my my #1 display piece. The other cool thing is the bag for the other controller is still in there. So if I ever find another really nice controller, I can pair it up and I'll make this complete. So I was super happy to grab this. This is in really good shape, and it's just awesome to see something that's almost 30 years old in that shape. Okay, and last but certainly not least, it also came with this really cool GPX 1500 carrying case. And it's pretty neat. It's got the official Nintendo logo on it, but that isn't the great part. I mean, this is a really nice case, and I was really happy to get it. But if I can manage to open it, there we go. It came full of games, so hopefully you can kind of see that. I don't know if it's kind of hard to get the light angle, but I will go over the games really quick. First game, Tecmo Bowl. Next, Soccer. Next one is something I was really happy to see because it's a label upgrade for me. I already have the game in the manual, but this cartridge is in better condition. My label was peeling. Donkey Kong 3. Next is a really good shoot 'em up, or shmup as they call them, 1943. I remember playing this one as a kid, and I'm happy to have it again. It's Marble Madness. Next one is Tiger Healy or Helly, depending. Next one's Spy Hunter. The next one is Legacy of the Wizard. I actually already have this boxed, so this one's definitely for trade. I may use this as a label upgrade though, because this label's really nice. I'll have to check the label on mine. Next one is WWF WrestleMania. That's World Wrestling Federation, not to be confused with the World Wildlife Federation, which, to be honest, I had never even heard of until they cried about WWF stealing their logo. Funny how a multi-billion-dollar company has to give up their names so that a bunch of koala bears can represent their logo. But whatever, that's cool. I'm not gonna hate on the animal lovers. To each their own. The next one is Bases Loaded, and that's definitely gonna be a label upgrade for me. Mine was kind of crummy. Next one is Win, Lose, or Draw. Next one is Skate or Die. After that, we got Super Off-Road. Next one is one of my favorite games, as I'm sure you're aware. It's the Fabio edition of Iron Sword, which is actually Iron Sword 2 Wizards and Warriors. And the last one, it's nothing amazing. It's not like, Little Samson or Flintstones or whatever. But it's, in my opinion, the best game of the bunch, and the label is really nice and really shiny. And it's something I didn't own, and I definitely was looking for. It's Ninja Gaiden, or Gaiden, depending on how you pronounce it.
Ninja Gaiden! Hey!
I still haven't made up my mind. I kind of go back and forth with it. Because I personally am not sure how it's pronounced. But it's really, really cool, to get this case. And I mean, 15 games inside of it, plus the other 4. So that's 19 games. The Nintendo, the box controller, and I believe the coaxial. It did not come with a power cord, which really sucks because I really just cannot seem to find Nintendo power cords out in the wild. I do not know why, but they continue to avoid me. Anyways, I wound up getting all of that for $50, so I was totally fine with that. I needed most of these games, especially Ninja Gaiden, and for 2 boxed games to come in the lot, and then that brand new controller. I really haven't looked it up, but I have to speculate that this controller, I want to say it's got to be worth at least 20 or 30 bucks, especially in its condition with this box. It may even be more, maybe a lot more, but I mean, it's really, really awesome. I don't even know if I'll ever use it, just because I love the fact that no one has ever used it. So, anyways, that's going to be part 2. I'll cut this one short just because part 3 is pretty damn awesome, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing it. So I will let you guys go for now. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe and share if you haven't already. And I really appreciate everyone watching. And if anyone needs to get a hold of me for anything, feel free to inbox me. And if you have suggestions or you just want to shoot the breeze, I always answer pretty quick. I get the updates on my phone, so I know when people are trying to talk to me. So anyways, thanks for watching, and take care.